The University of Hawaii is committed to providing a safe and healthy environment to promote the well-being of campus community, which is why the university passed a smoke-free campus policy, which became effective on August 17, 2015, this year, banning the act of smoking on campus. However, the students of the university has some thoughts about the new policy.
I think it's a good idea to have. Actually, a lot of other schools already are smoke-free, KCC being one of them.
I really understand why that you would want to make a no-smoking policy. At the same time, I can understand from a smoker or vapor's perspective where they would really want to be able to have that freedom of their own special spot where they could actually go somewhere kind of more in a secluded area where they weren't really affecting other people, but at the same time they could have their relaxing point without having to walk all the way off the campus in order to just do what they enjoy doing that really relaxes them, takes the edge off. But I see it around. It's common.
Smoking kills, but you know, I feel like we're all grown, so it's like not that big of a deal to just get out of the way, like to avoid it if you really wanted to.
I did a lot of research when I first got my vape and when I first started giving it a try, and there really isn't enough research to say whether it does or does not have a secondhand smoke application to it. Not only that, but it's not necessarily secondhand smoke, but it's also individuals with asthma or with breathing issues that it might be affecting on the side. For example, I have a really close friend who has severe asthma, and if I were to vape around him, he might actually go into having an asthma attack. So out of respect for him, I would never vape around him. And I can understand why that would be kind of like a side objective of the school.
I don't think it's going to be enforced because there are too many smokers to get them all. To me, it seems like an unreachable goal because there are just so many of them and they're all over the place, and who's going to be in charge of finding everyone that's smoking at all hours of the day?
I would just hope people would follow the rule. There's signs around campus now, so hopefully they would follow it. And if they don't, there might be people on campus that are willing to say like, no, don't do that, like it's not allowed.
I don't think they're going to enforce it just because of my own experience. Most people are just going to ask you to go somewhere else rather than like give you a fine. But I feel like the most that they would do is give you a ticket or something, but I don't really know. So I try to be as courteous as I can about, you know, how my smoke affects other people. And like in theory, the whole law itself I feel like is a good idea. Because I mean, it's bad for you. Like nobody should get secondhand smoke if they're not trying to smoke. The policy itself is a good idea. But I just feel like there's a better compromise.
I personally feel that designated smoking areas would be more beneficial to, at least to the vaping community or the smoking community. I think that they would really appreciate having their own special area.
I think people would actually follow that a lot better, because then people who don't want to be around smoking, they won't hang out in those areas, and then for people who do want to smoke, they would know like those areas are where they're allowed to do it.
It also promotes a social aspect that you would get, especially with a bunch of people, especially in their own little area, where they could sit there and vape, they could talk about vaping, and then they could really get to know each other and be a great new social aspect. You know what I mean?